Get ready to experience the spine-tingling terror of the most horrifying tiger attack in history, as we take you on a journey to the remote communities of Russia's Far East. In the midst of the breathtaking beauty of the Kamchatka Peninsula, a ferocious Siberian tiger roamed free, preying on unsuspecting villages and leaving a trail of death in its wake. With its elusive nature and enormous size, this predator weighed up to a staggering 800 pounds, and its victims included people of all ages who fell prey to its relentless attacks. Join us as we uncover the shocking and gruesome details of how this deadly tiger wreaked havoc on 3 communities, brutally killing more than 15 people in a single winter. From the chilling winter conditions to the tiger's stealthy attacks, this story will keep you on the edge of your seat. The Kamchatka Peninsula is an enormous volcanic peninsula in the far east of Russia, extending far more than 770 miles with a surface area of over 100,000 square miles. It is a breathtakingly beautiful place, but also one of the deadliest regions on Earth, with harsh and protracted winters, persistently chilly and snowy conditions, and the lowest temperature dropping to -30 degrees Celsius. In the 1920s, the people of Kamchatka faced another deadly threat. A Siberian tiger weighing up to 800 pounds was scavenging among the communities on the coastline, removing people one by one. The number of fatalities started to rise, and one by one, the residents of the village fell prey to the tiger's attacks. The tiger's first victim was a young man from the village of Uchi, who was cutting wood in the forest near the freezing tundra about 2 kilometers away. The tiger was drawn to the sound of the falling trees and moved stealthily through the forest until it could see the foresters. The moment the tiger focused its attention on its prey, the young man's demise was already predetermined. The tiger charged at him after a couple of axe blows, and the young man saw something orange and black from the corner of his eye. He quickly turned to find a massive tiger charging straight at him, pushing him to the ground and knocking the air out of his lungs. He attempted to fight back, but the animal's size kept him pinned to the ice. The bite then manifested, and the man's windpipe was crushed as the tiger curled its fangs around his neck. In the snow, the man's body was dragged into the woods by the tiger, who later dined on him at its convenience. 3 communities on the Kamchatka Peninsula had repeated tiger attacks throughout the following few months, and villagers of all ages, both young and elderly, were brutally attacked by the tiger. People left to work in the fields and were never heard from again. More than 15 people died during the first winter from October 1923 to April 1924, and more bodies were found as spring arrived in the fields of snow and ice. Each of them displayed telltale indications of a tiger assault. Bloodied and mutilated, they were dispersed across the ice plains like trash. There were no further indications of tiger assaults as the ground warmed up, and people started to exhale in relief. Farmers managed their fields without fear, and kids could play outside once more. The tiger appeared to have gone. Perhaps it had passed away or discovered another territory. People attempted to put that terrible winter behind them and felt like they could breathe again after whatever had happened to it, but the story was not over. The brutal winter returned to the Kamchatka Peninsula near the end of 1924, and again, the tiger attacked. The mysterious beast was brave this time. It not only killed anyone who dared venture outside, but also started breaking into people's homes like the devil himself. The tiger dragged people from their beds when they were sleeping in the middle of the night, and the entire village could frequently hear screaming. They were permitted to use an aeroplane to aid their aerial tiger spotting efforts, but even that did not seem to deter the beast. The people of Kamchatka were once again living in terror, and nobody knew how to stop this monstrous tiger. Finally, after months of fear and desperation, a group of hunters decided to take matters into their own hands. They banded together and set out to hunt down the tiger, determined to protect their families and communities. It was a risky and dangerous endeavor, as the tiger was enormous and incredibly skilled at evading humans. But despite the odds, the hunters eventually managed to track down the tiger and engage it in a brutal battle. It was a fight to the death, and both sides sustained severe injuries, but in the end, the hunters emerged victorious, having managed to slay the deadly beast that had been terrorizing their communities for so long. The people of Kamchatka finally breathed a sigh of relief, grateful to the brave hunters who had risked their lives to save their communities. The story of the Siberian tiger attack would go down in history as one of the most terrifying and deadly animal attacks ever recorded. But it would also serve as a reminder of the incredible resilience and bravery of human beings in the face of danger. Thank you for listening to this story. If you found it interesting or informative, please consider subscribing to our channel and leaving a like. We appreciate your support and look forward to sharing more fascinating stories with you in the future.